Hi, boys and girls. We hope you're having a great day at home with the snow. Mrs. Ferrand and I are going to read you a book today called, we've read it in class, so you know it, The Mitten. Okay, and Mrs. Ferrand's going to do The Mitten with all the animals, and it's by Jan Brett. Remember, Jan Brett does both jobs in this book. She's the author and the illustrator. She writes the words and she draws the pictures. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool as white as snow. At first, his grandmother, Baba, did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you'll never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. After she finished, she looked. She said, when you come home first, I will look to see if you're safe and sound, and then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. A mole, here comes the mole. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. Remember, mole's the first animal. Let's see who comes next. Maybe you remember. A snowshoe rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten and he wiggled in feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. Who's next? Who's covered with prickles? Next, a hedgehog came snuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten and warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they gave him room. Here comes Owl. As soon as the hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. Here comes Badger. Remember Badger? Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and he began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left, but when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb. Here comes Fox. It started snowing. Look out your window. Is it snowing? It's snowing in the book. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of the cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. Remember, we talked about drowsy. What does drowsy mean? It means you're tired, right? Drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in, and when the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl and badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave Fox lots of room. A great bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten, all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be, but what animals would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and stretched. It was pulled and bulged too many times its size, but Baba's good knitting held fast. Along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled into the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of Great Bear's nose. Look right here. See right here? Those are tracks. Those are mouse tracks in the snow. Maybe you'll find some tracks in the snow outside of your house. The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Ah, Achoo! And the force of the sneeze shot the mitten high in the sky and scattered the animals in all directions.
That's a big concern.
On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten silhouetted against the blue sky. As he ran to catch his snow-white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First, she looked to see if he was safe and sound, and then she saw that he still had his snow-white mittens. But look at the end. Remember, are they the same or different? Different, right? One is way bigger than the other mitten. Remember, we talked about why. Maybe you can tell your parents why one is way bigger than the other one. Boys and girls, now we're going to do, remember our 5 little snowmen? I want you to do it so maybe you can teach your parents how to do it. Mrs. Farron and I have the board that we use for it. So get up your hands for your 5 little snowmen. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 5 little snowmen all in a row. 5 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. 4 little snowmen all in a row. 4 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. How many left? 3. 3 little snowmen all in a row. 3 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. How many left? 2 little snowmen all in a row. 2 little snowmen all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. One little snowman melted away. 1 left. 1 little snowman all in a row. 1 little snowman all made of snow. Out popped the sun and it shone all day. 1 little snowman melted away. How many left? 0, right? Remember, we're counting backwards. Remember, we're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. They all melted away. I don't think things are going to melt today. It's going to be a very snowy day out there today. We hope you guys have a great day learning at home with your parents, and we will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, boys and girls.
Bye. Enjoy the snow.